Richard Gere's career has been full of ups and downs, memorable roles, and risky situations. He has charmed us with films like Pretty Woman and inspired us with his humanitarian work, but now his life has taken a bad turn, leaving fans wondering how the man who once seemed to have it all could be facing such a difficult chapter. Let's look into the story behind this sad news. Richard Gere was born in Philadelphia on August 31st, 1949. Doris Anne Gere, a housewife, and Homer George Gere, an insurance agent, had two children. Gere's father had wanted to become a minister, and the family went to a Methodist school in Syracuse, New York. Gere's paternal great-grandfather, George Lane Gere, changed the spelling of the family name. One of Gere's ancestors, also named George, came from England in 1638 and settled in the Connecticut colony. Both of Gere's parents were descended from Mayflower Pilgrims, and their lineage included famous settlers like John Billington William. Gere's family has a strong connection to early American history. In 1967, Gere graduated from North Syracuse Central High School, where he was an outstanding student in music and gymnastics, and especially good at the trumpet. He then went to the University of Massachusetts Amherst on a gymnastics scholarship to study philosophy, but he dropped out after 2 years without finishing his degree. Initially interested in music, Gere switched to acting after high school. He started out playing music for school plays but soon found his true calling on stage. In 1973, he got the lead role in the London production of Grease. This role, along with others in plays like The Taming of the Shrew, was the start of his professional acting career. 1971, he got his first big role in the Broadway rock opera Soon, but the show only ran for 3 performances before it closed in 1973. Gere then played the lead in the original London stage production of Grease. This role was a turning point in his stage career. By 1979, he had won critical acclaim for his role as a gay Holocaust survivor in the Broadway production Auction of Bended. His performance earned him a Theatre World Award and cemented his reputation as a. Gere's Hollywood career began in the mid-1970s. He was originally cast in Lords of Flatbush in 1974, but was replaced after a fight with Sylvester Stallone. Despite this setback, Gere's talent and drive soon made him one of the most sought-after actors of his time. His rise to fame began with Looking for Mr. Goodbar in 1977, and it was followed by Days of Heaven. Film critics praised American Gigolo 1980 for its stunning visuals and story, but it was An Officer and a Gentleman 1982 that made him a real Hollywood star, earning $130 million and winning 2 Academy Awards. Gere's role also earned him his first Golden Globe nomination. The 1980s were a mixed bag for Gere, as some films did well and others didn't make an impact. However, his career took a turn for the better in the 1990s when he starred in Internal Affairs and the smash hit Pretty Woman, which earned him another Golden Globe nomination. He kept going strong with hits like Summer's 1993, Primal Fear 1996, and Runaway Bride 1999. The latter reunited him with Julia Roberts and recreated the magic of their earlier success. These films made Gere one of Hollywood's leading men and a consistent box office draw. In 1999, People magazine named him the sexiest man alive. Around the same time, he was in several well-known films, such as The Mothman Prophecies 2002, Unfaithful 2002, and the award-winning musical Chicago 2002. His role in Chicago earned him his first Golden Globe Award, and later Shall We Dance 2004, which made $170 million worldwide, was another hit. Despite his success, Gere had problems with his career. His outspoken political views on China put him on a Hollywood blacklist, and major studios refused to work with him because of Xi. Of retreating, Gere started making independent films, which got him a lot of praise from critics. For example, his role as a shady businessman in Arbitrage 2012 earned him a fourth Golden Globe nomination, and critics called it one of his best performances. In later years, Gere kept impressing with more complicated roles. In Norman 2016, he played a small-time fixer who had to deal with political intrigue. Critics said it was captivating and even worthy of an Oscar. Richard Gere's career showed that stubbornness and talent could shine even outside of Hollywood's mainstream. One important turning point was when he was originally cast in Lords of Flatbush, but was replaced after a disagreement with Sylvester Stallone. This early setback didn't stop him from pursuing bold and challenging roles. In the late 1970s, Gere played a gay Holocaust survivor in the play Bent, which was a risky choice because society wasn't supportive of LGBTIQ stories at the time. A bad review could have hurt Gere's career, but his performance was strong and moving, showing that he was willing to play complicated and important characters. Later, American Gigolo 1980 and An Officer and a Gentleman 1982 were huge hits at the box office, solidifying his status as a leading man. But Gere's career wasn't always easy. He often had trouble finding roles that connected with audiences while staying true to his artistic and political beliefs. Richard Gere has long been an outspoken supporter of human rights, especially for Tibet. He often visits Dharamshala, which is home to the Tibetan government in exile, and helped to create groups like Tibet House Us and the Gere Foundation. As chairman of the International Campaign for Tibet, Gere has spoken out for Tibetan independence many times. His work has earned him a permanent ban from China, and in 1993 he was not allowed to present at the Oscars because he criticized the Chinese government. In 2007, he called for a boycott of the Beijing Olympics to put pressure on China over Tibet, and he even appeared in a commercial for Free Tibet. Gere's activism goes beyond Tibet. He also supports environmental causes, AIDS awareness, and tribal rights. He helped build the AIDS care home in India and funds humanitarian programs through the Gere's Foundation India Trust. He is also on the board of Healing the Divide, an organization that promotes peace and understanding. In 2007, at an AIDS awareness rally in Jaipur, he kissed Bollywood star Sheila Shetty on stage, which caused outrage in India. A local court issued arrest warrants for both of them under public obscenity laws, but the charges were later dropped because the court thought the case was pointless. Gere has also supported indigenous rights. He helped write We Are One, a celebration of tribal peoples, a book that raises awareness about indigenous struggles. The book's sales go to Survival International, a group. In 2010, Gere spoke out against the Iraq War, calling it a tragedy and George W. Bush a bad president. He backed Hillary Clinton in 2016, and in 2023 he signed a statement supporting protests in Iran and calling for sanctions on Iranian officials. Through his activism, Gere has become a global voice for justice and humanitarian causes. Relationships and flirtations. Richard Gere's personal life has been just as eventful as his career. In the 1970s, he was in a 7-year relationship. Gere had a relationship with actress Penelope Milford that was an important part of his early life. The relationship ended in 1978, but it was one of many public relationships he had in the 1970s. Later that decade, he dated Brazilian painter Sylvia Martins. Their relationship led him to travel to Nepal in 1978, where he met Tibetan monks and lamas. This trip sparked his deep interest in Buddhism, and he later became a devoted Tibetan Buddhist and a vocal supporter of the Dalai Lama. After splitting up with Martin, Gere dated actress Tuesday Weld for a short time in 1980. He also had a short relationship with model and actress Carol Mallory in the early 1970s. In her memoir, Picasso's Ghost Galleries, Mallory praised Gere's kindness and thoughtfulness. From 1975 to 1978, Gere dated Dawn Steele, who later became a groundbreaking Hollywood executive. Their relationship happened at the same time as her rise in the film industry, which was an important time for both of them. There were also rumors of a short relationship with Priscilla Presley. According to a memoir by Presley's ex-partner Mike Edwards, Priscilla once admitted to having a one-night stand with Richard Gere. In the 1990s, Gere's love life made headlines when he began dating supermodel Cindy Crawford. The two met at a photographer Herb Ritz's barbecue in 1988. Gere was a major Hollywood star at the time, and Crawford, who was only 22, was on the rise in the fashion industry. Despite their age difference and different careers, their relationship grew. The couple became close through shared interests in Buddhism and meditation, and they even traveled to India and Nepal to explore their spiritual connection. Crawford later said that Gere told her to take more control of her career and step back from high fashion demands. In December 1991, they eloped in Las Vegas. Their wedding was simple and unplanned, and it took place at the Little Church of the West. Crawford wore a navy blue Armani suit, and the couple exchanged tinfoil rings to show how laid back the ceremony was. But their marriage soon had problems. In 1995, after 4 years of marriage, they got a divorce because of problems with each other's busy schedules, different lifestyles, and growing priorities. Despite the split, Gere and Crawford are still remembered as one of the most famous couples of the 1990s, embodying a mix of glamour and success. Later, Gere was linked to English model Laura Bailey. Their relationship began while Bailey's modeling career was gaining momentum. The romance caught the public's attention, in part because of their big age difference. Gere was 45 years old and Bailey was. When rumors about Bailey started, they added to Richard Gere's already famous love life. The rumors about his relationship with Laura Bailey made their short-lived relationship more difficult. Despite the attention, Bailey's modeling career took off, and she later focused on acting and writing to build a career on her own terms instead of her short relationship with Gere. After his divorce from Cindy Crawford, Gere started dating actress Carrie Lell, and the two got married in. The couple had a son named Homer James Jigme Gere in 2000, 2 years before they got married. However, their marriage wasn't without problems. Gere, who liked to keep to himself, often clashed with Elle, who liked to live a more public life. These differences caused tension, and they eventually split up in 2013 after 11 years together. The divorce proceedings were long and complicated, and they were centered on Gere's reported $45 million fortune. Despite their disagreements, the two agreed to co-parent their son by 2016. The divorce was finalized, and Lell went back to acting, appearing in a number of TV shows and movies. In 2014, Gere dated Top Chef host Padma Lakshmi for a short time. Their relationship lasted 6 months and was mostly private, with no public photos of the two of them together. The breakup was friendly, and they stayed on good terms. At the time, Lakshmi was raising her young daughter and dealing with her public relationships, including ones with Salman Rushdie and Teddy Foreman. Gere met Richard Gere during a time of change in their lives. Gere was still finalizing his divorce from Lell and beginning a new chapter with Spanish activist Alejandra Silva in 2014. Their first contact was years earlier when Gere borrowed Silva's father's boat for a movie, but they didn't meet in real life until 2014 at a fancy Italian hotel owned by Silva's family. Alejandra was born in Gallia, and has ties to Real Madrid through her father's job as vice president. Despite being 33 years apart in age, Silva called Gere her hero in an interview with Hola magazine, saying, "I was lost, and meeting him gave meaning to my life." The couple's relationship grew quickly. Both were going through divorces at the time, but found comfort in each other. They kept their relationship private and quietly got married in April 2018. Silva, who is known for her work to end homelessness in Spain, shared Gere's desire to help others. Gere praised his wife, calling her beautiful, smart, compassionate, and a great cook. Silva said the same thing about Gere. He was the most humble and kind man she had ever met. Their love story is full of thoughtful acts. Gere wrote songs for Silva every day and sent her flowers until she agreed to their first date. Silva thinks that their problems only made their relationship stronger. "Love stories with difficult beginnings can bring you closer," she said, thinking about their age difference. Silva also said she had doubts at first, but Gere's faith in their relationship reassured her. She told Hola magazine, "The energy between us makes everything else fade away." For both Gere and Silva, their relationship feels destined, based on shared values like deep love and mutual respect. Richard Gere and Alejandra Silva have a deep connection because they both want to help others. Silva's Ray Foundation fights homelessness in Spain, and Gere has long promoted Tibetan culture and HIV/AIDS awareness. In a 2015 interview with Silva, remembered sleeping on the streets to understand how hard it is to be homeless. "If I do something, I give it my all," she said. In 2019, the couple had their first child together, a son named Alexander. It was a happy addition to their blended family since both Gere and Silva had children from previous marriages. In 2020, they had their second child, which strengthened their bond even more, despite the challenges of life with a Hollywood star. They now live on a peaceful ranch in New York and enjoy their private life together. Silva, who has been married 3 times before, has found lasting happiness with Gere. Silva. Their relationship shows that love can happen at any age and a real connection can bring deep joy. During the holidays, Silva posted a sweet picture of her family on Instagram. It showed her and her 2 sons standing on a dock with a view of a serene lagoon. The boys were wearing blue Crocs that matched. Silva looked beautiful in a golden maxi dress and kept things simple by dressing his sons in casual clothes. The picture captured a warm, happy moment that showed how much love and peace they have as a family. One touching family moment shows Richard Gere, Alejandra Silva, and their son Alexander enjoying an autumn walk. In the picture, Gere and Silva raise their hands, casting long shadows on the ground. Alexander, interested in his own shadow, copies Silva's gesture. Silva captioned the picture. Alexander. Another big event in Silva's life was when Gere became a U.S. citizen. She posted a picture of him standing proudly in front of an American flag and captioned it, "A very important day for our family, marking the occasion as one of unity and pride." The couple's relationship is full of support and affection, whether they're at events like the 2024 City Harvest Gala or sharing tender moments online. Gere and Silva are always there for each other. Their public displays of love show a bond based on admiration and respect. As parents to 3 kids, 2 young sons and Silva's son from a previous marriage, Gere and Silva focus on making their home a warm and loving place. They value quality time together, shared experiences, and making sure their kids are happy. Their commitment to family shows that they share the same values and a deep connection. In interviews and on talk shows, Gere and Silva often say how much they love and appreciate each other. Their words are full of love and appreciation, and their relationship is they've built a life together based on shared values and respect. Their journey as a couple is a beautiful example of love, cooperation, and happiness through caring for each other and keeping their eyes on what's important. They continue to inspire others.